Hello! So my friend Brittany made a sit down video talking about kind of reflecting on 2024 and looking forward to 2025 and just kind of things that she's manifesting for herself, and that is where I have been this last week. Now, prior to that, where I've been is kind of just, I think, recovering from the craziness of my work. It was insanely crazy since July, and December things finally have been like tapering down to where I can envision normal work-life balance again, and I'm so looking forward to that because it was really bad. It was the worst experience I've had at my current job as far as being able to get through work and come home and leave work at work. Work was following me home because there was just so many things undone. But 2025 will hopefully look different because we've got through all the COVID changes. Where I work, Medicaid had different rules, food stamps had different rules since COVID, and all of those things, we called it an unwind, were going away, and there's people that are experiencing closures and people experiencing us asking for verification of things that they've never experienced before, and people that are on long-term care services, whether they're in a facility or have a home care worker, were having to do those same things, and if they didn't, they got closed. And so it's been insane. It's been a lot of work on my team, and we were understaffed. We had a lot of people over the summer either promote or choose to do other jobs, and it really impacted the team's ability to get through this unwind period with not as many people to help with the workload. So it was a stressful time, and it is behind me now. 2024 was kind of one of those years where I too feel like, and I'm responding to Brittany's video, I should post it down below, but I too feel like the year was a waste. I just don't feel like I did anything that was really remarkable or, felt like I really lived my life. I was kind of stuck in the rotation of work, home, work, home, work, home. So yeah, that was 2024. I've been sitting journaling quite a bit since I've been on vacation. I started my winter vacation Christmas Eve at 3 o'clock, and it is now Sunday following Christmas, and I have one more day off. I have tomorrow off, and then I go back. But I've been doing a lot of journaling. So my friend Brittany again had shared her junk journal, I feel like a month ago at this point, and it really was like inspiring to me. Her and I are alike in a lot of ways. And when I was younger, I used to do scrapbooking. I actually have a scrapbook in my closet that I put together as a teenager, and it was so fun for me to take pictures and put them together with, writing things on the papers. And I started thinking about younger Raina and how she used to draw a lot. I would doodle things all the time. And it was usually like looking at a picture and recreating it. I'm not very good at like pulling something from a thought and drawing it, but I'm really good at looking at something, drawing it, and then making my version of it, if that makes sense. So I kind of missed her, and I slowly got into her. Halloween time really sparked that joy because we did an Alice in Wonderland themed decoration thing, and I drew a couple characters, and I'm not bad at it. Like, it's something that I do pretty well at. Since then I'll show you a couple doodles here. I have a fun little prompt book I'll show you. I got this journal from Target, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. But it's got 200 drawing prompts in it. I still have one in here, I think. It's got all sorts of things. Like this one was artichoke, and I drew an artichoke, and it was super fun. But some of them I pulled out because eventually I'm going to put them in my journal, and I'm going to write something on the back of them. Grim Reaper, I'm already envisioning like writing about the things I'm putting to rest in 2024. Things that I kind of went through that I feel like there was some death of things in my life, and it was interesting. anyways, we've got a Mad Hatter. I actually just learned how to make drawings into stickers in my book. I'll show you. I made my first little sticker. It needs some work because of how I cut it out, but it's still cute. Look at that sticker. It's the easiest thing to do, but it's part of my junk journaling is I want to add my little drawn stickers. I have bigger tape coming so I can turn him into a little sticker, and then I will place him somewhere in my journal when it feels appropriate. I drew this girl and she was inspired by this blueberry picture that I got from Dollar Tree. I got like a couple of image cards from Dollar Tree to like inspire art. Hold on. This is one I actually just recently got. All these different designs are in here, and I like the idea of drawing something and put it on top. And the reason I really like this one is it's screaming 90s to me. Like this needs Rocco from Rocco's Modern Life put on him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe you don't know what I mean, but I'm into it. I also get stuff like this. Like, I'm totally into this, where you can literally make these into stickers now. Like these cute little images, and I'm going to cut them out and make them into stickers for my book. For again, when they're appropriate. I love how cute Hello Kitty is. Again, she's going to be a sticker, and I'm excited about it. So I'm in this whole like crafting creative space, and it's so good for me. I think the only bad part of it is how much I'm sitting. That's not great, but this is a sit-stand desk. I can stand some more. I just haven't. I've been in a artistic, wonderful place, and I love being here because it really does let me reflect. It lets me feel some joy. It quiets my brain, and it has evolved into junk journaling, planning, and it is the perfect time. I had started this little bullet journal a while ago. I wrote some things to remind myself of what self-care looks like for me. And then I did have some entries like written out on this page, but I ended up covering it junk journal style, like a December recap. So every little piece of paper on here is from December and has some sort of memory to it. I took some time. I learned how to paint a galaxy. I also learned it's not great to do it on regular construction paper, but you get the idea. You can't really read my goals, but we're going to talk about them. And I have all sorts of prompts I've been putting in here. I plan to use this book to kind of like lightly journal, but more or less like about events in my life, and then also use my creative brain space to feed into ideas and desires that I want from the year. So like, for instance, something going through my brain right now is making random monthly bingos. I saw this on a journal creators page, and she would make a bingo of things that she wanted to accomplish in that season. So I might do that, do like a seasonal bingo, but I might wait until spring starts. But you can write all sorts of things, and you can make bingos for anything. I could decide to make a house cleaning bingo for a month, or self-care bingo, or I don't know, just a life bingo of maybe things and events and things that I want to do. So unlimited fun ideas, and I love it. For 2025, all of my goals are kind of like in categories. I have some financial goals, which is, I feel like most of them, I feel like everything ties to money, but I want to pay off all of our credit cards. I sat down, and if we do that, if we pay off all the credit cards, we will have almost $513 more a month. That's all of our minimum payments put together. That's what we're paying. So I want to pay off the cards. It's going to take some work. There's a lot of debt there. We racked up the cards 2023 Christmas, never fully paid it off. Paid off some like smaller ones throughout the year, but like put more money back on them because life's expensive, and we just did that. So that's one of my goals, is to get those credit cards paid off and have that extra money with us each month to utilize towards our other goals. I really want to get our savings account up to 10,000. My initial kind of plan is to get it to 3,000 and then let it rest there and really focus on our credit card debt. And then if we can get through that credit card debt, that's more money I can put towards savings. So end of year, if we have the credit cards paid off and we have $10,000 like as a base in our account for emergencies, that's going to feel so good. The reason 10,000 is because it's a number that I feel like we could obtain if we were really focusing financially. I still feel like we'll have room to do things, and it allows us more room for growth in the future year. So yes, I wrote down these things, so I'm looking. I really want to get my weight managed this year, really let things go, especially July through the end of the year. I have probably been emotionally eating because work has been really hard and I haven't had a good outlet for myself. My hope is, though, with journaling and stuff, that can help bend some of that eating, although I do a lot of eating at work, so I need to work on that. But the way that I'm going to obtain that is calorie deficiency does work for me because it doesn't limit food necessarily. It just limits how much I'm eating. So I could, for instance, have a burger and fries. It's just that everything else I eat that day has to be lower calorie food. So I've lost weight that way in the past. It is kind of hard to measure when you are making your own dinners, which I'm going to be cooking out of cookbooks a lot this next year. That's another goal. I feel internal turmoil with using Pinterest and like websites because, one, my kid's been on my phone a lot. That's why I haven't been online a whole lot. It's because my kiddo has been talking with a friend almost every night and they're playing games together and they use my phone. So it would deplete the issue of that. And also online, it's like there's cookies and things are reloading and my phone turns off and then food gets all over my phone and yada yada blah blah blah. So I really want to cook from my cookbooks more. A pipeline dream that I don't feel like is going to happen, but I'm putting it down because it's something that I will revisit in 2026 is remodeling my kitchen. My kitchen makes me feel depressed. Honestly, it feels like it belongs to a house that makes terrible, poor decisions. Like a crack house. I don't know. I'm not proud of my kitchen. I don't like the way that it functions. I don't like the way the storage is in there. I want to tear it all down and rebuild it. And that is a big goal and a big dream. I put it down. I do not think it's going to happen in 2025. But I do think some of these other things that will make that goal happen in 2026. So that's another one. I really want to do a family vacation in 2025. I figured probably after building up the savings and paying off a few credit cards, we might pause and have a family discussion of what does that look like? Are we going to have a vacation during summertime? Do we want to do something in the winter? Where can we go? What does everybody want to do? And put money towards doing that. This last year, our family vacation was like a weekend, a night or two or whatever at the beach. And I didn't really feel like a vacation with my kids. It happened so quickly and I want to do something more meaningful and intentional. So could Disneyland happen in 2025? Possibly. I know that my kids have been talking about it. My husband's been talking about it. And I don't know, maybe at the end of the year we can make it happen. That's what I'm thinking they're going to want, is like Christmas time in Disneyland, but we'll see. Journaling regularly. This has been really, really good. A creative outlet. It's keeping me focused on what's important. It's keeping me from going out shopping or going in the kitchen and eating. And I just think that it's a great thing. I started reading the Bible this year out of pure curiosity. I've gone to church off and on since I was a teenager. I have a general gist of the Bible, but I don't really know the Bible. And it's something that I just want to know. And so I made this morning. It's a bookcase, and I will like write in all of the chapters as we go and color in the books as I go. I just finished Numbers last night. Just by having this tracker, it had me pick the Bible back up. And let me just tell you, the Old Testament is brutal to read. Like, there's areas that repeat itself. There are like explanations of like dialing down who is who, and I have to scan over that stuff because I don't feel like it's really relevant to learning the story. I don't know who's part of what tribe or who's related to who. I just kind of like read through that and I'm like, okay, we're back into the story. But just how sinful, brutal things were, and I feel like I was shocked on some of the things that were in the Bible. Like, they were so in my face. It made me watch a movie called like Exodus, Gods and Kings or something like that after I read Exodus, and it was really interesting seeing it in a movie format after reading about it. And honestly, you guys, I didn't realize that Jesus happened after the pyramids. My brain went poof, and it just made me feel like, I don't know how much more real the story of it all happened, because there's pyramids and something happened with those slaves. Why did they stop working? Like, anyways, my brain just like blew up. This is like how I'm not in tune with the Bible, and I really, really want to be. So I just made that this morning. What else? I want to get back into dating my husband regularly. We were doing really wonderful at the beginning of the year, and then my work went to shit, and I think his work probably got a little bit more stressful too, and we just stopped making time for each other. And I don't necessarily know that we'll get back into a weekly date rotation, because there's cost to that, and we have so many other financial goals. So when I say regularly, I just want to make sure that a few times a month we are taking time, just him and I, to go get breakfast together, go get dinner together, and just kind of bond without the kids. I think it's important. And then when it comes to the kids, I had this idea kind of go through my head. There was a stint where we thought Finley might get into karate. He didn't love it, so we pulled back out. But during that, I was like, my gosh, like, I'm doing all of this time for Finley and I have nothing going on with Brody. I'm gonna take Brody out on a date. And it was a really nice thing to just hang out with him. And I was like, when karate didn't happen and then Christmas happened, things went paused, but I think that it would be really nice to have a monthly date with each boy. So I'm going to use my planner. I actually bought a normal planner for writing down events. I'm going to plan a Sunday with Brody and a Sunday with Finn. So I'm really looking forward to it, and it gives my husband an opportunity to do something with the kids too that Sunday, because he'll be with the opposite one. And I just want the kids to pick where they want to go, what do they want to do, and just hang out with them for a couple hours and bond. And lastly, I just want to play with my art more. I feel like having this journal is kind of like pulling me in to do more creative things. But I have watercolor paints, acrylic paints, I have my perler beads, and I have space now that I could just make a mess, and it's okay, and nobody's going to interrupt it. And I just want to create things that I see that I'm obsessed with, or I don't know, I just want to be in a softer space for myself. I feel like I deserve that. And I feel like it's going to manifest in good ways, like throughout my life. So there you have it. Those are my grand 2025 plans. I feel really excited for this next year. I feel like I have solid plans and new routines that I want to put into place. And it's going to be a journey, but I'm excited to see this book at the end of the year. Let's see how much I filled it up with events, with thoughts, with my progress on my goals, and yeah, I think that it'll be really good. So I hope that you enjoyed listening to this, because I certainly enjoyed talking about it. It's where my headspace and my heart has been for the last several days, and I'm looking forward to change and being in a healthier place all around. I might share some of these things on YouTube. If there are things that you're interested in when it comes to my goals, let me know. I certainly share more regularly on Instagram, but there's big pauses that happen sometimes just because life gets chaotic. But with my slow-paced artistic living, I'm hoping to have more time, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to that. If you guys want to see my art supplies, if you guys want me to share, I don't know, monthly recaps of my planning, if you want me to share progress on my health journey, if you want me to share, I don't know, just anything that I talked about, let me know. I'll definitely consider it. And until next time, take care, love always, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.